right, good people, and welcome to Who's to Blame, the podcast. I'm your host, Dre Montez, and we have been presented to you by our title sponsor, St. Louis Organics. They're located at 8088 Watson Road. Check them out if you can. Always have something for your cannabis needs today. You can also visit the website www.dremontez.com to get a complete listing of all of the sponsors of the show. And don't forget, we also have a live streaming show that we do on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as well. But you can also follow those shows through our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, Who's to Blame the Podcast, Twitter, at W2B Dre Montez, YouTube Dre Montez, and TikTok Dre Montez 63. We got to step our game up in our YouTube and TikTok world. We're gonna work on that as we take a little vacation here next month. So I'm getting excited about that as well. But this is episode 481 of the show. And today's title will be, or segment will be, NFL, this is not working. But if you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. Or if things are just going in the right direction for you, hey, it's about damn time. Things could be a whole lot worse, as we have been noticing through everything that's going on that we can control and cannot control, most importantly, for sure. But as I was going to say, let me get those high fives in the building. High fives. Chest bump. Hug yourself. You gotta hug yourself. I mean, those are needed. I mean, it's about comfort, right? You gotta comfort yourself on out when you're going through those self-hugging. I like those good feelings, right? They make you feel real good. It gets the people going, so to speak. It gets the people motivated and headed in the right direction. Well, one thing's for sure. I need to get hydrated here. Most importantly, of the way back edition of the show of Who's to Blame, the podcast. And when I say NFL, this isn't working. I mean, the NFL right now, the winter meetings are going on, to make our league better, make our sport a little better, make the adjustments that are needed year to year. I mean, technology's involved as well as the financial situation. And the sport itself is adjusting to the changing of times, which we all get and agree with. But when it comes to women and minorities in the NFL, there is a huge problem. And I don't know, in the beginning, it sounded really good. The Rooney Rule, its whole intentions to give minorities a shot at coaching in the NFL and getting in the front office in the NFL. Because let's face it, the basis of this starts of the Pop Warner. You want to play football. Then you want to take it a step further. Take it a step further. Then you get in high school, there could be some hope and a possibility of a scholarship coming your way or pushing you to work a little harder toward getting to your goal, which is getting into college and playing college football. And let's say that happens, okay? Now, the nation and the media has put in your head, and you have put in your head as well as your coaches, that you can possibly go and play in the NFL. And you do that. You do the whole process of getting prepared for the NFL, and you do it. You make the NFL. You have a good 10, 12-year career. A few Pro Bowls, a few nice little accolades on your resume. You're respected in the sport. Let's say you did or did not win a championship, but you competed at a high level. It's not your fault. But you played in this very competitive league for that amount of time. Now, as we all have witnessed, it's not that easy just to walk away from the game when you've been doing it for that long. Just because you've been in NFL for 10 years don't mean you've been playing football for 10 years. Talk to me. So in the exit strategy, there's options now. You can go into media, or you can use your skills to help better the game and better the young men coming behind. Okay. And open the doors for some women want to come into the sport, whatever it may be. But there's more obstacles now to become a coach. It's more obstacles to go in the front office to be a part of the NFL family. So now the NFL has decided this year to make some adjustments again to the Rooney Rule inclusion, to include men and women to be hired on the offensive side, meaning the assistant head coach position for a minority, male or female. Now I know what you're saying. Here it is, 2022. We've just had lynching be justified, illegal. Just now in 2022. It's 2022. Now the NFL and Roger Goodell, you see, look at the front of Roger Goodell's hair and head. The man has aged a lot in 4 years because everything that is going on, us the fans are yelling at Roger Goodell. It's only so much the commissioner can do. Only so much he can do. So I get it. Let's put all these inclusions in here to show that we mean business. But at the same point, we're forcing 30 white owners, one ownership group, the Green Bay Packers, in Shad Khan, to hire minority coaches or women by putting this now, another amendment or an adjustment or a footnote to the Rooney Rule. I just don't see this going in the direction as it should be. We've seen movies like this, like for instance, if a kid coming from a not so great financial background, I mean, his parents are doing well. They got a good job. They're doing what they can. Let's say they bring it down a cool 80 grand a year together. They do good. But old Junior got a scholarship to the school, full ride. And the tuition at this school is 120 grand a year. You don't think he's going to get some feedback, some talk back, anything, because the school now has made adjustments to get more African Americans into the school and women? We see it in movies all the time. Well, you didn't get the job the right way. Well, you don't deserve to be here. I'm not saying it's going to go that far in the NFL. I don't see it going that far. But really, we're forcing billionaires to hire people. And I don't think we can force a billionaire to do anything. History has proven that to us. So now with the NFL being on this side and this angle and this predicament, I don't think this is a good look. I don't think this is really opening the door for us. This is pushing the door in real slow for us, and we're peeking around both corners. That's what this feels like to me. We've all have been through a door like that before, not metaphorically, but in real life. You push through that door, you're not too sure what's going on the other side. You're going, and this is what this feels like. So you got that, and now we got the overtime adjustments, because everybody got mad that funny voice and Josh Allen, Kansas City Football Chiefs, and the Buffalo Bills, because nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. Played one hell of a game. And people wanted more. So what they do, kids, they went to the internet and expressed their feelings. They went to the internet and expressed their feelings. Nobody was cussing that bad, but you're taking away from the entertainment value from the fans' perspective. Now, from guys who just like the game of football, appreciate the game of football. Okay, I can see it, but no big deal. But where does it stop? Do you still need a game clock? I'm asking for a friend. What sense would it make to have a game clock if the game is tied and when in the playoffs, we go to this new ordinance that they have in the NFL where everybody gets a shot at the ball? Then why do we need a time clock? So let's eliminate the time clock, first of all. Let's eliminate that. We're going to see how this thing works out. I don't want to hear no shit. We're going to try this out in the preseason. No, we're not trying out shit. No, we're going to do live action, boss, with this when it starts out. And I get what the NFL is trying to do. You got to give the people what they want. But when you give the people what they want, more time in football games means what, people? More advertising dollars, daddy. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Are they going to slightly jack up our prices again for something? Maybe the NFL ticket. I don't know. Maybe NFL merchandise. I don't know. Maybe ticket prices. Maybe the overall NFL experience. All these adjustments in the end, to me, is really costing the FAN. It's called the fans. It's called us, and who's to blame? Ah, it's all kind of fingers we can point around this thing. This should have been taken care of decades ago with the Rooney Rule. Decades ago. I'm sorry, if you're qualified for the job, you're hired. You're hired. Well, I gotta look at where you look. Well, I gotta look at your address, your zip code, the first three numbers of your social security number, your first name. Why I gotta prejudge you on getting the job? If you can get the job done, damn it, let's go. It's so hard to be an African American and a minority in the sports world once you're off the field and you still want to be a part of the sport. It's the hardest thing ever. It's hard. It's impossible. It's impossible. I've been around this game for this long, and you're going to tell me I don't know what I'm doing? But how many coaches have walked into the NFL without any playing experience or any coaching experience? Talk to me. Who's to blame for that? But we get held as the example as why not to each and every time. I need some success stories for kids in fifth grade to have dreams and aspirations beyond the field. I need some of that. Show me pictures like that in school when they tell you to dream or be all you can be. Show me somebody I can actually be that's not on the field, but's in a suit, in a box, getting PAID. Do that for me. But oh no, we're going to send you to college. Take advantage of your name and your likeness. And by the time you make it to the league, you're not going to be that healthy. And then we're going to take advantage of you. Then we're going to get rid of you in 6 years. How about that? Then we're going to fuck with your pension. How about that? How about that? Who's to blame for that? Where does it end, NFL? Where does it end? When do you really care about the real value of the shield on the NFL? You're always talking about protecting the shield, protecting the brand. All these examples we've had the past 10 years, and I get it. Bad things are going to happen. You're going to have, not all your kids are going to act the right way. We get it. Not all your relationships are going to go the right way. That's why you have so many of them, because there was a fault, an error in judgment somewhere. That happens. That is the maturation process of this whole thing. But we're so far behind on so much and way ahead of the curve on so many things that I just don't understand. We really do not want to get all 30 billionaire owners to answer the question is why is there such a holdup, a delay, a pause, a lack of hireship when it comes to minorities and women in coaching and in the front office in the NFL? What the problem is, boss, talk to us. That'll never happen. That would never, ever happen. We'll really never, really ever know what was in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. We'll never know. But it's fun creating the idea and trying to create a narrative around those things, isn't it? Yeah, I get sad year to year hearing the same hopes and dreams. Yeah, we're going to interview some minorities and some women, but nobody gets hired. What? I'm not going to interview if I'm not getting the job. That's how I feel. If you know your shit and you believe in you and you got that I got this moment, go and get the job. Take the job. It's your own the job. Live up to the moment. But you're going to have 50 people show up to the same job? I call BS. No, it's not working that way. I need more from you. The entire sports world, the entire sports syndicate, when it comes to minorities and women. I need more from you guys. Real talk. This is getting ridiculous, getting out of hand. The WNBA women don't have private jets. How is that possible? Somebody lying out there. Somebody lying out there. We need to start really keeping our third eye open and both of our ears to the ground. Street game up. Because everybody's trying to do what? They trying to get ahead and keep the bag and chase the bag. But are they going to spread the love with the bag? All right. This your love, Dr. Trey Montez. And this is Who's to Blame. And I'm just discussing what the NFL just came out with making adjustments to the Rooney Rule by adding a minority or woman to the offensive staff, i.e. an assistant coach or in the front office, starting next year. So I tell you what, get your resumes up. Somebody go out there and do this and handle this. And as we've all have said, maybe the next NFL team that comes into the market, we should really stress this will be a 100% minority-owned, women-owned franchise. How about that? That should be the next step. As they say, and Robert Randolph and the family, we're moving in the right direction. Huh? How about that? We're going to try that and see if it works out for everyone. If it doesn't, I guess, we'll take it day by day and step by step. Either way, I get what the NFL is trying to do. But the way the process has been laid out and the explanation and the narrative, we got pictures to go with this. We need the pictures to go along with the story. We're going to treat this like we're in grade school because it's not making sense. Just telling us. We need proof in the pudding. It's 2022. I think we can do a whole lot better than this. Is this 22 or 23? What year are we in? The last time I looked at a calendar as far as last time I really looked at the gas prices. Who knows? I only know this stuff from you guys. It's the only way I know this stuff for sure. Again, shout out to the sponsor of the show, St. Louis Organics. There it is right there. We got other sponsors on the show as well. CertaPro Painters in Oklahoma, serving you residential and commercial as well. You got Tower Pub on Morgan Ford in South City. All righty. Friendlies, located on Roger Place, 3503. Bring your dog and a whole family a patio for all, as well as Tower Pub. Well, folks, I want to thank you for letting me have your Wednesday as you listen to episode 481 of Who's to Blame, the podcast, as we just discussed the NFL changes for the upcoming season. Will be the overtime ruling. Everybody gets the ball. Okay. But the inclusion of the minority hiring, women hiring will take place next year of the 2023 season. So this should be an interesting process that the NFL gets itself through. But more importantly, we have the draft coming up April 28th, Thursday. It should be a lot of fun. We have a special engagement coming up on that day. I will be sure to share it with the listening audience as well as on our social media platforms. But in the words of my great grandpappy, we're going to get out of here, give you some music to shake your foot to. But I don't know where you listen to us at. You could be in your car, clean up the house, or whipping something up in the kitchen for your loved one. No matter what, Who's to Blame? You guys enjoy the rest of your day in peace. And be sure to check out Montez at midday, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And we out of here, baby. I holler.